So, the way the cookie crumbles, I didn't prepare really a lightning talk. I never do. I prepared a challenge, the Centaur challenge. If you haven't solved it, please do. There are some nice prizes still there to fetch. But yeah, of course, I work at Centaur, and that's why I prepared the challenge instead of doing the lightning talk. I'm going to try to do this anyway. So, first of all, unfortunately, I'm going to have to explain a really stupid old bug that is, almost 20 years old. It's called CSRF, and it's really boring. So, let's say that you have a authenticated system of some sort, and you log into it with your username. Doesn't really matter. OK, so now I'm authenticated. There is a button there. I should probably not push it, but let's try. Oh, snap. So, that was bad for me. I should not have done that. So let's just forget it ever happened and hope that, yes. OK, so that didn't happen. Let's log in again. So I don't want to push that button, obviously. Now, to explain the concept of a CSRF vulnerability, I load say, another page in the same browser. Let's say I visit this page. OK, so as some sort of mail system, I got a web page here of some sort. And as you can see, there is a image down there. So let's go back to see what the status of the reactor is. Let's update that. Oh, snap. So somehow that button got pushed anyway. And for all of you who have been doing any kind of web security, you realize that this image actually points to the URL that caused the reactor meltdown. It's just a simple, stupid request that is sent from my browser. But even though it's sent from this site's causing my browser to send the request. But still, it gets authenticated, and that's why this still works. So this has been like an issue for the past, 18 years at least. So they figured out a way of solving this. It's called same-site cookies. And I'm sorry. So instead of using that crappy old login, I have an improved login that will give me a better kind of cookie, which is basically just, if you use the normal set cookie header, you add to it the attribute same site, which means that the cookie will only get sent if the request originates from the same site that you want to send the cookie from. That means that it will still work if I push the button on this site, it will still work. But if I reload this, then the request my browser sends because of this page will not cause the other page to do what it just did. So let's try and update that. Sure. OK, so same site cookie appears to work. It's solving this problem, which is great. Of course, if I would be stupid enough, I get a new mail. And in this mail, there's a link. So there are some limitations to same-site cookies, of course, because you might want to be able to click a link and end up authenticated in another system. So in this situation, I have a link. And if I click that link, well, again, I end up in this bad situation where it basically meant that I clicked the button that I didn't want to click. OK, so that is bad. Now, there are several different ways of solving this. One of the ways of solving it would be to force the request, to check the request and ensure that it's not a get or head request, that that's actually a post request. But let's experiment again, because you could set even stricter same-site attributes. So now here's another improved version. And now I'm using, again, the same-site attribute. But now, this time, I'm using the strict value instead of the lax value that I did in the previous round. Let's try and load that mail again. OK, so if I click this, then I end up at a page where I'm not authenticated. So even though I click the link, now the same-site strict attribute means that it's still not sending the cookie, so I end up unauthenticated at this page, which is good, because that means that I'm actually protected from this type of attack, even though I'm not even checking the method of the request. So it seems this problem is solved if you just add the same site strict attribute to your cookies. Of course, it means that people won't be able to land on logged in on your application from clicking other applications. But there is, of course, an issue. And now here's the running point, because this is really experimental. So I don't know if this is going to work, because browsers are caching stuff. So I'm just going to, well, let's see. Let's do this again. I am opening this. I'm logging in with the same site strict attribute. So now I have this really solid strict cookie. I should be protected from pretty much everything. Let's try and load a third mail. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little short break. Let's go and reload this page again. Oh no! So, apparently that didn't work. Why is that? How could this possibly have happened? Well, it's as easy as checking the source code for the web page, and what it says is, oh, it's a pre-render link. And it specifically says in the specification, do not send same-site cookies on pre-render links. And yet Chrome does exactly this. And I sort of expected them to fix this, because I prepared this talk for the Spring Pub, and I also posted it to a bunch of people saying, hey, you guys are bug bounty hunters, you should just submit this to Google and probably earn some money, because I'm not going to do that. Because I believe in pen testing, not bug bounties. Oh, sorry. No, I believe in bug bounties, of course, not pen testing. Well, whatever. Anyway, so this still works. If there are any other bug bounty hunters that want to cash in on this, feel free to do so. But be aware, if you use same-site cookies to protect your site against cross-site request forgery, then please check the request methods, because this is not watertight yet. It might be some point in the future, but this still works. It probably will work for, well, at least a few more days, I guess, before someone submits it. And that's it. Be ahead of time.